Good morning, and welcome to episode 224 of Getting Rich. I'm your host, Rich Checkan, president of Asset Strategies International, and today is Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. Well, a lot has happened over the past week or so, so let's get right to it. First off, India and Pakistan have agreed to a truce almost as abruptly as their intense 4 days of hostilities broke out. It's good to see those nuclear powers laying down their weapons with nuclear weapons hanging in the balance. Russia and Ukraine are meeting on Thursday in Turkey to discuss ceasefire and potential peace negotiations. It would be good to see an end to that 3-year war in Europe. President Trump met with the new Syrian president, and he announced the end to Assad-era sanctions that have been crippling Syria under that regime. And the U.S. and China have agreed to a 90-day ceasefire, if you will, in their ongoing trade war that has roiled economies and markets around the globe. And then yesterday, the CPI came in lower than expected. So, do you think with peace breaking out and the economy showing, albeit slow, movement in the right direction, that this is it? Gold is no longer needed, or is it needed now more than ever? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. In the meantime, let's take a look at the impact on the metals markets. Last time I gave you numbers was 2 weeks ago, so these are comparisons to then. Today, gold is down 1.4% over the past 2 weeks. It was 32.10 an ounce this morning. It was 32.7720 an ounce 2 weeks ago. Silver is up 1.6%. It is trading at $32.90 this morning. It was $32.39 2 weeks ago. Platinum is at an even $1,000 an ounce. It's up 2.5% from $9.76 an ounce 2 weeks ago. And palladium is also up. It's up 1.7% to $9.74 an ounce. It was $9.58 an ounce 2 weeks ago. The dollar has eased a bit. It was on a bit of a run 2 weeks ago, got up to 101.18 2 weeks ago on the index. It is down to 100.49 on the index this morning. And with silver outpacing gold over the past couple weeks, the number of ounces of silver it takes to buy an ounce of gold, your gold-silver ratio has dropped to 98.24 from 99.44 2 weeks ago. So, I pose the question, I'll give you my answer as to whether or not gold is needed anymore, and don't think for a second that it's not. Have you seen anybody lately balance a budget? This is what it all comes down to, folks. We overspend, we don't take in enough revenue, and as a result, we have to increase the money supply, diluting dollars, diluting euro, yen, every fiat currency on earth, and it's going to take more of them to buy gold in the future. Have you balanced a budget? No. Will the money supply expand? Yes. Will gold prices go higher? Yes. There's no question about it. You need gold now more than ever, folks. In Maryland, Governor Wes Moore, and I'm raising this because I was asked to by a longtime client and good friend after last week's commentary. Basically, Wes Moore in Maryland is about to sign legislation that will get rid of Maryland's exemption to sales tax for gold, silver, and other precious metals purchases exceeding $1,000. That's been in place for a long time, and in order to raise money, because Maryland's in a world of hurt financially, they're thinking that if they start taxing gold and silver, that they'll go ahead and get their money. So that is probably going to take place by July 1st, which means gold purchases in Maryland will start with a 6% sales tax, regardless of size. So whether it be below or over $1,000, you're going to start paying sales tax in Maryland at 6%. Strongly suggest that you take advantage of this window from now to July 1st to go ahead and pick up your gold and silver if you're a Maryland resident. You'll save 6% right off the bat. That's a couple $100 an ounce, and you can take advantage of the recent pullback and the lower premiums at this time. We're going to talk about all things economic and markets. We'll talk about that dollar and the strengthening / weakening cycles it's been going through. We'll talk about dollar milkshake theory. Yes, we're going to have the originator of that theory, Brent Johnson of Santiago Capital, will join me and my co-host Adrian Day for On the Move webinar tonight. That's this evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll go from 7 to about 8:30. Really looking forward to having this conversation with Brent and getting his update on the dollar and the dollar milkshake theory as the rest of the world injects liquidity into the markets and the U.S. sucks it out with a straw. Can't wait to hear his update here tonight. If you haven't signed up to join us, do so, and we'll see you there tonight at 7 p.m. As always, we want you to go ahead and like us on the YouTube channel, send us your comments and questions, follow us on our social media, take our twice weekly, always something interesting alerts and our once monthly information line newsletter, but don't ever forget that in the end, getting rich starts with keeping what's yours.